Hola amigos, hola amigas, welcome, bienvenido, croeso salam, welcome to the channel y'all, cześć, jak się masz, good day y'all. So today we are back and we are back with the Miele. So as you've seen in the last two videos, this has now been refurbished and polished and looking fabulous. So we need to make it electric. So the first thing I needed was the hose. So good old Qualtex. Got a hose for it. So now, voila, it can be connected up and it now has a hose, which is absolutely amazing because that is something that I really did need for it. So that's one part. Next, if I go to, if I get this, which is the hose that, the tube that I needed, the electrical tube. This fits into this MieBo. I can do that up. Like so. Now that is electrified. This, right, let's test it. Not quite, it's just a bit too small. But that's not a problem. That is something that we can fix, no problem at all. There we go. So that's the hose with that. It's not ideal, but it's an electric power head. I know some of you are saying, well, why don't you just use the Miele Acunova that I fixed? Well, yeah, I could, but I wanted to actually use the electric takeoff socket. This head is 150 watts. This one here is a max of 100. So if I was to put this on to 1000 and this at 150 would cause big problems. So it means I can only use it at 800. So the max I can use on this is 800. But to be honest, when you've got this electric brush head going on it, that's all you need. That's really all you need. So we need to get the power, which is there, connected there, and then it's not connected from here to here to here. So that's where we need to sort out something with wires. Now there's two options for this. There are a wire that I could run on the outside of the hose going into here, or I could have it so the power comes from here into the hose, the wire goes in and around, comes out through here and then connects up this way, so you don't see anything from here to here. That is the way that I want to go with it. I want to try and make it as original as possible. This is the ETH head, and I will be able to use also, which is the ET1, which I prefer. Either that or the other way around. Hang on, what's this one? Yeah, this is the ETH, and I prefer the ET1 that comes with the MieBo, which is in here somewhere, I think. I don't know, can't remember. Anyway, if I had a Miele one of these spare, then I would use that, but I don't want to touch it. I don't want to do anything electrical, damage it or whatever. This is a spare one that I have, so it doesn't make any difference. This is spare. Right, okay, that is not a problem at all. Right, let's get you guys a bit closer. I needed to make sure that the top of the orange pure power is on show for Nico. Hello, Nico. This video was inspired by Miko of Vacuum Tests. Go and check him out. Go and subscribe. He's got an awesome channel. And I am using an idea that he had when he converted a Miele, a non-electric connected Miele, to an electric power head by running wires from the motor. Luckily, this has got the takeoff socket here, so it's not going to be as bad. But what I need to do is run the wire from here into here. So I need to find out the best places for the wire to go in and go out of. Let me see if I can get this off easy. Yeah, that's nice and easy. So where do I want to run the wire from? Ideally, it would be somewhere I'm going to use this 2-core black. This was the one that came off, can't remember what machine it was now. So let's cut that, snip. I'm just going to observe the cable for any more marks or chips or anything. No, nothing. So let's start feeding it through. So that is the cable running through. I'll sort out this end after. Let's get this end sorted because obviously I'm going to take this cuff off as well. But I want to get this one sorted first. So this has to have enough. I wish this hose would behave. It's not going to come through here, it's going to come through the top and then go into there, and enough room so I can sort all that out first and then pull it through for the other end to check the exact where it should go. Okay, first thing I have to do now, check twice and drill once. So I'm going to have it come through there. There's kind of like a little marking on it, so I can see what it is. Okay, that was nice and easy. Okay, so that's a little bit too small. Ooh, just a little bit. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Tight, but fits through. Just the way I like it. Now I gotta try and push it through this way. Ha ha. Okay. Alright, it's going to be from there and then plug into there. So, first thing I need to check is these wires. I need to check which is which. a mark on the top of this. That side's blue. That side's black. I mean, the other thing I could do is totally bypass this switch altogether, but that would mean it would be permanently in. Will that be a problem? It probably would be safer because I haven't got an exact plug to put into this. It's going in a different way. But that does have holes going through there, so technically am I going to be able to close it? No. Because that's where the clip goes in. Right. Okay. So that's where that clips into there. And how far down does that go? I could have the wire going into here. That would make it a hell of a lot safer, but it would make it permanent. I'm going to do that. Right, look to one side, everybody, because I'm going to have to make another hole in the machine. Dun, dun, dun. Disconnect the wires from the switch. Okay, I'm going to tuck them down there out the way. I'm going to put the wires into here. I will go back to this wire and secure it on the other side once I know it's all working fine. Let me put this back on. Let me clip that on to there. All right, so that end is done. Next, so we got the wire going through there, Let's take this one off. Okay, so the wire goes through the cable. And we want it to come out of here. So I'm looking for the best place for it. Yes. Right, okay, so power's connected into there, goes through there, goes through here, comes out here. Excellent. Now we need to get it connected to this little Schneiser my Lenny. So let's take this apart. Oh, actually, I don't need to take this apart at all to take this off. Right, okay. So that's how it works. Oops. Whoopsie. Right, okay, so that's how it works. Ah, right, okay. Now that's quite handy that it does that. Okay, now comes the big test. Okay, so that works. Wow, that is pretty cool. Right, let me give it a go. Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe it works. That is amazing. I can't believe it works. It actually works. I do not recommend this at home, like I've said a gazillion times. This is something that I'm doing as a dodgy project of my own. Do not try this at home. So, all right, let me unplug it. So now we know that it works. We need to make it airtight. Coming out to there is absolutely fine. I need to make it airtight with some sealant in that end, and one thing I will try and look for to see if I can find the plug-in portion that goes into there. I don't have any spare or scrap machines where I could take that plug off. So I've got this kind of thing at the moment, which is not ideal. This stays in fine. This is nice and tight. It's this switch thing that is not 100% safe, of course, for using daily. So just for now, no, I'll do it after I've sealed it. I've got it unplugged. I've marked it up red, brown, blue end, so I can take these off. What I need to do first is just make sure that this end here and this end here is sealed with sealant, and then I will secure this and cover it in electrical tape once I've got it kind of like all together. Ideally, I would like it where I could be able to plug it in and plug it out so I could take it out to use the tools and stuff, but I need a plug that would fit into there. And that's something I don't have any spares on, I'm afraid. Because otherwise, what I would have done if I'd had another one of these, I would have taken out the plug at the bottom here, the socket from the bottom, and swapped it, and then connected the wires to it, and then had it plugged in. I just need one of those plugs, which I don't have. I'll have to have a look and see online. Anyway, so we know that it works, and I'm absolutely chuffed with that now, that we can actually use it as its power. But I said the ETH head is 150, so I wouldn't be using this above 800. I don't want to put too much electrical resistance through it, so I will use it at maximum 800. And I'm going to put a tiny little piece of tape on that, just to remind myself, don't use it above 800. Okay, so I'm going to get this all sealed up. I'll be back with you tomorrow because the sealant will need 24 hours to completely cure. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the silicone is now dry, and I'm up in the attic room because I want to use it now. Okay, so let's get cracking and give it a bit of a demo. so now we're going to swap from the ETH to the ET1 for the Felix and see how that differs. Much better. So there we go. That was done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed that. It was really, really nice to use. So first off, I need to say don't try this at home for safety reasons. Number two, I would like to say a huge thank you to Miko from Vacuum Test, because he's the guy that inspired me to do this on a Miele that he had that was non-electric. I think it was a C3. And he converted it so he could use the electric power cord. So that's what inspired me to do this. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to him. Links to his channel are in my video description, so please check it out. So the MieBo, which is what I've called it now, works really well. Obviously, I've had to max power out usage is 800 watts. Because the SIBO head uses 150 watts, where this is a max of 100. So if I were to take it full up, it would be 50 watts over the max, and it could damage the circuits, the motors, the components, everything. So max power is 800, but that's absolutely fine, because this machine is only going to be used like this as it is, with the power cord and the SIBO power head. So this is the only thing that I'm going to be using it for. The first part of the demo video, I used the ETH from the SIBO. It's an old one now. They don't make that anymore. It was good, don't get me wrong, but it was very skimmy and it was just meh. But then as soon as I started on the next floor down and I used the ET1, the Felix head, it just was a complete game changer. It was biting into the carpet, because you can adjust the height of that floor head. It just had more growl, it had more power, it seemed to have more power to it. It just was so much better. Also, when you were standing it upright, even though the ETH does stand up to a certain degree, you still had to be really careful. Whereas when you're using the ET1 floor head on it, you don't have to be so mamby-pamby with it, because it stays upright better. You still have to balance it a bit more. But it was just, as you saw, it was fantastic for getting underneath the bed and getting underneath the chairs and the sofa and everything. It was just really good for that. So they worked together so well. I'm absolutely chuffed with the results. So the only thing I do need to get is the block, so I can pull the block out and then use the head properly. I've got it covered at the moment, so it's protected, but ideally I really do need to get a spare block. So I'm going to get in contact with Manchester Vax to see if he has one hanging around I can buy. Also, the other thing as well is I want to get its dedicated head, power head. I want to get a SIBO Felix head for it, because I do want to use it. Even though this is quite a big, chunky, square machine, it glided around really well. It didn't seem to get caught on anything. It really behaved itself, if you know what I mean. It was really good. So let's have a look on the inside. Let's take the hat off. Let's open it up. I need to get a torch inside there. It's picked up quite a bit actually, because it's got those fins on the inside. It's quite hard, but I'll take a photograph for you to see. But yeah, it's quite a lot of dust and fluff in there, so it has done a good job. Smelled really nice as well with the air freshener. No dirt leakage whatsoever, so that works fantastic with that bag. And like I said, I will be using this a lot more. I will do a big firmness test with it at some point once I get the plug thing for it and the floor head. I will be using it more in videos for you guys to see. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with this MieBo, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks to everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.